Summertime's here and we outside, for real. Before I even step out the door, OnStar has the car chilled and ready with remote start. And the whole crew, we locked in with an in-vehicle Wi-Fi hotspot, thanks to OnStar. Watching shows, playing music, and catching vibes. And when I'm rolling on the highway, Super Cruise driver assistance tech lets me kick back hands-free. From family cookouts to road trips with the crew, OnStar keeps the good times going, no matter where we're headed. OnStar, better never stops.
All right, and welcome to episode 2 of the Coop podcast featuring me, myself, Wize Grazette, here with Alex and Kevin.
Yeah, what's up, people?
And we are back for episode 2. Jumping right into it, fellas. Who wants to start with the activity of the month?
My activity month is meditation, and it has been going decent so far.
Do tell.
I can say it has been growing because it's been more relaxing, less stress, less taking on certain things that ain't like beneficial to me. Caught a few sunsets to even the mood out.
Oh, wow, okay.
And a couple of sunrises. Yeah, it was nice so far. Going smooth so far. What about you guys?
Nice. It's crazy because after I saw yours, Kev, I was like, damn, like mine is kind of similar.
Yeah.
But activity wise, it's just taking like being mindful of the moments that you can just do what you want to do for yourself. Like for me, my schedule is be packed Sunday to Sunday, morning to night. So, before I used to be like, oh man, well, I could spend 3, 4, 6 hours just kind of like zoned out, doing my own thing, gaming or whatnot. And now 6 hours is me like sleeping. That's the time that I get to like sleep uninterrupted. So now, I've been finding like mindful moments in like, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 25 minutes. Just to do what I want to do. Thankfully, most animes fit into 25 minutes anyway, especially with a little bit of skipping. So, yeah, I get to, when it's time for like lunch, I like put down the laptop and open up my phone and just like pop the phone up, watch an episode, eat lunch, if I'm like just like relaxing on the couch and it's not really like doing anything. But me, when I'm not doing anything, I'm like still like mentally thinking about what I want to do or writing down notes in my notebook.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, nah, like just let's do mindless things for
trying
a
to
little
quiet
while.
the mind.
Yes.
I guess our activities laying together. Mine is breaking a habit or adapting a habit that you've had in the past. I've strong that, for example, for me, I've had to adapt my driving patterns to my new situation in life. I got a new job, so I got to make sure I could be traffic and everything. So I've forced myself to leave home earlier with a reasonable amount of time to spare that I do not have to speed.
Touching on that topic of speeding, have you noticed the new cameras on the highway and so on?
There's at least 12 and 6 roads right now, bro.
And they be capturing everything. So people be getting like little mail saying, well, you know, show up to the police station or court. But yeah,
just like
I saw
her brain.
I saw that on the on Instagram a couple days ago, but man, gotta get a little like map. They're just like highlights where they all are.
Yeah,
I'm sure that will come out.
That'd be a good thing. A little world might have all the in Cameron in such a country, and be able to maneuver yourself. But I'm telling you, it shows that the veiled area.
Yo, that what's crazy is that's how it is up here. So like, I didn't realize it at first when I first got my new car, right? But the Tesla makes a sound that I didn't hear before until I went to DC one time. It makes a sound when you're approaching a speed camera.
Oh wow, that's nice.
So it'll be interesting to see if like someone develops something similar. for Barbados. Just
Okay.
like, speed camera approaching.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you have the third party radar things to buy. I feel that it's planning to be getting off over 200 meters. But I guess that's where we are now into the security and road safety and all these things. But even though those are in place, I agree with that my own pattern because this is involved traffic and she will know what it is. So just adopting it and also taking that mentality, that mindset of adopting this habit into other parts of my life as well. But so yeah, that's my activity. Just mentally tweaking small habits I would have had in the past that benefit me in the future now.
That's real. So basically, we all just trying to get our shit together.
That's basically it. That's basically it. We went around the world and be all formal and professional with it, but the end of the day, we just screwing our shit out,
Three simple dudes trying to just live life.
Literally. So there was so that's activity of the month. Try this, Alex. I'm actually really excited to see you talk about Formula One and stuff like that because I'm not as familiar. I'm not gonna lie. When we first started this podcast, I was like, he's really gonna like break down what F1 is and what I need to know so I can start watching. So yes, please, Alex, put me on.
Right.
Please do.
The movie that I would suggest to anyone. There are two ways I would suggest people to get into Formula One if they're not into it yet. You have an overly stylized version called Drive to Survive on Netflix. So that's one version you can watch and get into it. But then there's a recent movie that came out in this year called F1 the movie, and starring Brad Pitt. So that movie, watch that. It give you a once again hyper-realistic version of what F1 is. But if you're into cars or if you're into the excitement of 20 people driving around at speeds and see you as a regular person, these are two good mediums in which you can use to get your foot into the door. That is F1. That's Formula One. I wouldn't worry about the track because it's a very good sport again. I know there are parts where it can be a bit complicated, but it's very interesting to watch. You're fine.
Yeah, I never really got into the whole cars speeding around the racetrack, but that F1 movie, it's crazy because like I heard about the movie, but what I really heard was about the Belgian woman that was in the movie. It's crazy. I literally only know about that movie because of this woman and that one moment on like the red carpet. Like,
well, the main character's mother is portrayed to be a Barbadian woman. But the lady did say that she did have already experienced a Jamaican accent, so when she wanted something a bit different. And as a Belgian, when you hear certain terminology and certain slang from the character, I have forgotten the lady had done that interview. So when they're watching the movie or something, pick my ear, hey, hey, hold on, you sung it a little.
Yeah.
So she kept calling someone like, that's a Belgian there.
Yeah, I like that.
The Barbadian is real pro to just know that. Whenever you hear this narcissistic square miles getting mentioned in any form of media, is really good. Yeah. And I said, well, that was there. That's us there.
Did you believe it? I can't believe it.
Spreading our wings, bro. That big thing.
You don't know.
Yeah, bro.
Well, the progression of tech, like, my thing is, when you say cell phone, let me start with cell phones. Cell phones started as such a basic means of communication. Then it went from just being a phone to being like a mini laptop in your pocket. And people always wanted to like expand on the memory. But only certain companies allow you to expand on the memory physically to what they already have. And that is like a step backwards because some of these memory is full up so quick, often the simplest of things. There is be gigs, apps is be like 500 megabytes, is half a gig. And when you look around, you collecting pictures, memories. And you don't just want to delete your memories to say that you're clearing that space. So
what you just have to do, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly, which I just had to do.
Definitely.
Which is kind of crazy because it was fond memories and so on. And then they had to like play apps that came with the phone, which I don't know if will be beneficial later in life use the phone. Like, why can't certain companies allow the expiring of memory physically instead of just having to buy this cloud memory? Because I mean, if you can get access to the internet, you're not accessing your memories or anything. So
from my perspective, just about control, not in a negative way, you know, they're trying to whatever the case is, but like, I mean, it's something I want to make sure that you buy from me always. In a sense, so I can put things in place like, yeah, you have a certain amount of memory, but if you want more, come to me. I'm not going to give you all this freedom to keep expanding and you don't ever come back to me and then you can losing out on money. So essentially that's what it's really coming on to, because let's go Apple. All three of us are using iPhones. All three of us have our own locked-in memory. And idea. Apple is saying if you want more memory, you pay that tier above and get a bigger or maybe a higher tier phone or where it suits. So that's the unfortunate thing of our generation, but go on.
I wouldn't even really say that. Like, I feel like, you know, we aspired for phones to get smaller. And for phones to get smaller, you have to fit less things in the device itself, you know? So that is where the memory decrease comes in. But as you talked about, like technology advancing and the progression overall, it's like, because we have these, you know, cloud storage spaces, right? We do like, that was like the next step. I do hear like you're like concerned about the fact that you wouldn't have access to, you know, that stuff if like the internet went down or if you don't have internet, whatever it is. But that doesn't discount the fact that you could still get an actual wire and connect it to your phone and your like either laptop, desktop, you know, a hard drive or whatever, and download all the same things to a physical drive. I think the thing about it, about like when we talk about like the progression of technology and stuff, is that like technology has preyed on people love for convenience. You know, it's like you don't want to walk around with like 10 flash drives or one big ass hard drive. You don't want to do that. You would rather have it in the cloud so you can just like pull it when you want. And that's the difference.
Which I understand.
Well, I would just close off Kevin's by saying try clearing out the space on your phone and not wasting all the space that you have by taking foolish videos and pictures.
But
And
what
even
is a
if you
foolish
do,
video?
delete them. Nah, people be having 1,000 screenshots of garbage they never go back to. People take videos of concerts they never go back and watch. Like, nah, delete them. No digital hoarding.
Back up what you'll have on your phone. The moment anything happens to that phone, all your memories are gone. Everything you're behind in that thing for that thing frame, gone. So
yeah, so try that. And for my try this, I know women's basketball and women's sports in general has been getting a lot more love recently than it has over the last like 10, 15 years. And one league that I actually watched last season, and they're getting ready to go into their second season in January, is this 3-on-3 basketball league called Unrivaled. And basically, you know, I don't know if you ever watched like Olympic basketball, but of course, you know, like we have like the 5-on-5 typical basketball you're familiar with. But then there's also a 3-on-3 tournament that's more of like official like basketball rules, you know. But there aren't many popular professional 3-on-3 leagues, and Unrivaled did that. And man, it was so good because like I actually, like I said, I watched pretty much the whole season. And outside of just like, you know, them having like 3-on-3 games, they also had like one-on-one tournaments and just like little things in between that kind of like broke up the season and made it like interesting a little more. They helped you like learn more about like the players and stuff like that, so that when the WNBA season did come back, I was able to like kind of identify some people that I'd already like watched all season. So if you haven't given Unrivaled basketball a chance, definitely would suggest that. We can watch some of the highlights on YouTube. It's fire.
So is it a shorter form of the game, faster pace?
It is pretty much Olympic rules for 3-on-3 basketball. You
Okay.
know,
And are those standard rules to what the WNBA be playing by normally, or they
no,
tweak
the
rules?
WNBA plays like 5-on-5. I would say the only difference between like the Olympic game and like the Unrivaled is that they do full court. So like it's you and your team doing full court rather on with the Olympics it's just like half court
Okay.
game. So the ball hit the rim, you gotta pass it out behind the 3-point line to like reset it and then like y'all could score
Oh,
again. So
okay.
yes,
Okay.
definitely y'all try Unrivaled basketball. It was
I'm
fire,
looking
and I'm
up.
gonna take this time to shout out WNBA champions for the 2025 season.
Mm-hmm.
Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray, Jewel Lloyd, and the rest of the Las Vegas Aces.
All
So
right.
cool.
Summertime's here and we outside, for real. Before I even step out the door, OnStar has the car chilled and ready with remote start. And the whole crew, we locked in with an in-vehicle Wi-Fi hotspot thanks to OnStar, watching shows, playing music, and catching vibes. And when I'm rolling on the highway, Super Cruise driver assistance tech lets me kick back hands-free. From family cookouts to road trips with the crew, OnStar keeps the good times going, no matter where we're headed. OnStar, better never stops.
Okay, so we are shifting into our "What If" segment. For y'all that didn't catch the first episode, "What If" is a hypothetical or structured tangent that we break
Mm-hmm.
down. This is exclusive to Alex. So,
Yeah.
uh, Mr. Medford, what we got going on?
Right. I tend to think big from my what ifs. It is not just this year, but I try to make one thought process, and sometimes there are countless points in life that, yeah, so if this particular thing did or did not happen, how would you society eat? And my what if for this week is, what if World War II never happens? So in that, when you really look at the advancements of American in technology ways, a lot of them has come because of war, because of warfare, right? So with armies trying to develop each other, they create things that they trickle down on the rest of mankind that they can use somewhat beneficially or reduces. So because of such massive advancements, in particularly in World War II, the question I have is how would we in society in 2025 be? What would our be equivalent lifestyles be if World War III not happened? In that, would you think we would be the equivalent of 1970 in their level of technology and how they are, because they were nothing to push it forward and forward was because of the war. So how far would you think we would be in society right now?
Well,
Let me give a quick example. Radar
okay.
was created in World War II. Radar then brought down into what we know as GPS. So if radar was not supposed to be created because the British had to defend against the Axis, if that was not created, do you think we would be there right now?
Yeah. I mean, I think some of these things, and I mean, because the internet is so like ingrained in our like day to day now, I think that the world would be similar to what we see now, especially as we are, almost what, 70 years, 80 years from World War II.
Yeah.
I think the world will be similar to what we see now because there were multiple wars that happened after that that also kind of set us along the path that we are on today. Like
True.
internet, for example, wasn't created until the 60s, based off of the Cold War itself. So it's like, even though GPS would not have been developed then, like the structure for GPS could have potentially came, when they
Go later down.
when they created the internet. But I know that one thing that we may not have done, well, we might not have gone to the moon. We might not have made it to like space, because propulsion was so much of a World War II
Cool war effect.
technological
Yeah. Yeah.
advancement.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say we may not have gone to space. What about you, Kev?
Well, touching on the topic of space, I find it hard to believe due to the fact that we can't touch the bottom of the sea yet.
That people rent the space.
Yeah. But even Neil Armstrong came out and said that they haven't been. No, we haven't. We as a human species have not touched the bottom of the ocean. We send things to the bottom of the ocean.
Mariana Trench.
We still haven't touched the bottom of that trench.
You know, being scanned. We can. No, there's been actually a few days. It's been a few days in history that people, that like 1 or 2 submarines submersibles with humans in them have gone to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Not a popular
Still
thing to
not
do,
the deepest part of the. They went to
know.
the trench, but not the deepest part of the trench. But the ocean has not.
Down the different part of it, brother.
Yeah, because there are multiple levels to the sea, and there are parts of the sea that we have not explored yet. Now, to tell me that something is so much like years away, it's hard for me to believe. We cannot map the bottom of our own planet.
I know what the arguments you're presenting there, or the theory there, in that I've heard that before, and I've seen people actually give a reason as to why. One guy said it's simply easier to see out into space than it is to see into water. So it's much easier to put a camera or some measure of lens to look into the night sky and see whatever's up there than it is to just get into the water, which has then more properties of actual pressure and all these other things. Light can't penetrate past a certain point. So
yeah, right.
You know, so it's a literal physical limitation that's here regarding water, at least. I understand it to be done in the sky. But another thing too, GPS is a literal fact of space engagement. You have satellites that are literally pointing pistons and then you know where you are on this planet. So I would say that is a reasoning there now.
Okay. Well, that's another what if, y'all. We would love for you all to jump in and let us know what you all think would happen if World War II didn't happen. So yes, y'all can follow us at Coop Back. So COOPBACK on Instagram. Follow us and join in on the conversation.
Yeah.
But one final segment that we didn't get to do in the first episode that we're gonna end up doing now is News Break. So basically, News Break is kind of like headlines and reactions, our reactions from those headlines. Could be stuff locally, could be global. So Alex, you want to start?
I recently had to undergo an experience that I don't think a lot of us are really prepared for. Whereas in an interview, I was presented with an empty room and a laptop, and then a series of questions was on this laptop based around behavior and personal attributes. A couple weeks there, let me know that my attributes were not what they were looking for. Now, my question is, what is the point of a person doing studies and getting certificates and qualifications for certain things in life when at the end of the day you're presented with AI questionnaire based on personality, which negates to me what your learning capabilities would have been that you put in for the certificates and qualifications to have. Like, where are we going in a society where you're not even going to see another human being in an interview? You're not even getting that opportunity to speak to another human being and being able to engage with that person on a personal level to some degree. And also, this is the concern I have regarding the future and how we will best benefit humans. And I understand companies are looking for the best possible candidate to fill their ranks. At the end of the day, if you don't give a person who may not necessarily be exactly the person you want for the position, if you don't give a person that have a chance to get there, the opportunity, what are the potential options available for the young going forward? That's on my thoughts.
No, for sure. And the thing about it is that AI screening is dangerous, man. And we have over the last, I would even say like last 5 years, just between COVID and then like, people trying to find jobs, people losing jobs. I think that like one thing that uh doesn't help the process is like an AI device trying to screen the whole thing.
That's it.
Especially now when you got AI screening, right? You got people making AI resumes,
Yeah,
and it's AI versus AI, and then you
that's it.
still losing out. There was actually a class action lawsuit that I just pulled up here real quick because I remembered maybe like over the summer they announced this, but there's this company called Workday, and Workday is facing a class action lawsuit because their AI screening was not allowing people over the age of 40 to get past like that level of screening
Oh,
to even
wow.
make it to HR, right?
Yeah.
So it's like there's a lot of like bias because
Yep.
I'm pretty sure there's somebody that programmed it that said, hey, you know what, we're really looking for like people between the ages of like 21 and 39, and
Yeah.
call in, you
Yeah.
got you're 40, and they're like, well, who cares
We're
what
not
your
for you.
qualifications are, we're
Yep.
not looking for 40, and it's removed, so that's the thing I would warn people about when it comes to like AI screening, because it's like it is so, yeah, it's binary. It's like you either are or you're not.
Or no,
Nothing in
and
between.
that's really frustrating because you go to so many interviews, you go to so many opportunities where just they are, let me get this chance, this thing can happen, and to be brought up with I just say AI screening, this digital gatekeeper that has no idea about emotions or nuances of human interaction, and just think, all right, well, you're literally not the exact fit for this law in every
Hmm.
parameter. So you're no longer a candidate to be even considered. And you have people that they're just wandered around aimlessly trying to get the feet in the door, and it's no opportunity because you have that kind of gatekeeper there.
Yeah,
You human
yeah.
element out of it.
Yeah. So that one's a little tough. If you all want to jump in on the conversation again, you all can follow us on Instagram at Coop Back. And yeah, jumping on this one. The next one, the final one I'm gonna talk about is something that I heard about recently, and it's
Mm-hmm.
called BIM Pay. It is
Yeah.
the Barbados first national instant pay system.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are in Barbados, if you have First Caribbean or CIBC, whatever, however you
Mm-hmm.
want to call it, you can do First Pay, which is a internal instant pay system with people who have the same bank as you. But now you're gonna be able to make that if you whether you have First Caribbean or you got public workers or
Obviously,
any
whatever. Yeah.
any
You
bank,
probably don't
right?
even need a bank account to even pay.
Right. Won't even need a bank account. So that's coming to Barbados March 31st, 2026. And I mean, I'm really excited about it. We have something up here in the States called Zelle, which is fairly similar. We got
Mm.
Cash App, we got Apple Pay, so I'm interested to see BIM Pay come
Mm-hmm.
together, and I would love to know for real if it's gonna even like be able to connect with like Apple Pay and Apple Cash, for example, since
Yeah,
everyone
everything
got
is connected.
iPhones. Yeah, so why not?
But that to me is also part of the EA progression that we're getting involved with, but it's both the good and a bad thing because nothing beats cold hard physical cash. Yes, the convenience of tapping your phone or this, tapping on your phone and sending money without even going to a bank is all well and good. But where you have to look at infrastructure and security and accessibility, let's be real. If anything happened in Barbados, too significant and the powerful result, and you have no internet connection, you have no ATM connection, you can't go to her shop in the neighborhood and then show them your phone and see what money your account I want to tap or send this. How does one interact in a society that's getting more cashless if the infrastructure is not necessarily in place to secure that cashlessness, right? Because you go to shop and you're buying the cash, you can't operate, you can't
Hmm.
transact. So
Hmm.
it's both, I just see both being a great thing, because not having cash does the a problem out there. They can't get access to ATM or whatever and be able to tap a book. Wonderful. But as long as these things are in place, you get. Okay.
My thing with that is, how are they going to deal with it if they have hackers?
What's you need hackers? Infrastructure includes security.
Public
Well, as
workers
long
get
as you
hacked the
make
other day,
sure.
didn't they?
Say again? Public work? Yeah.
Public workers get hacked the other day. How you
Public
mean?
workers,
And it wasn't the
yeah.
BIM Pay system.
CIBC. No, I hear a lot of people with CIBC cards actually got hacked.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
something.
And
So
they
I had
had
a
to-
case card a while back. The government registry got hacked a while back as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Brennan, as long as you're on the internet, as long as you have a device connected to the internet, you always, as much as you're on Apple
Run the
products,
risk, yeah.
brother, there's still some, don't forget, it's reporting to add the massive Apple iCloud need. So anything is a potential risk, bro.
I see the importance of having a conversation around like things becoming cashless too fast. I see all that, right? But you would see that and think that, and then you get $100 bill that you want to spend, and they have a tiny tear in it, and you're like,
Yeah.
I can't take this to half the places now because they got one stupid tear in it.
Yeah, and they're
So-
as I said, it's pros and cons to both systems, you know. Yeah, actually lose the $100 if you drop it in your pocket or literally lost $100, gone.
Done.
Anybody else you can blame for it, it's gone. But you know, I just say, just as long as these things have support for them properly, that the society can actually function too. Let me give a quick example. A quick thing for me would be the progression of electric cars in the country without the necessary knowledge or infrastructure to maintain said electric vehicles. Because all going to have electric car, you don't have to worry about fuel or allocation, but when something happens, how many people do you have around that can actually interact with this vehicle on a professional scale that can make sure you're good? You can't carry the lorry down the street. Lorry down the street, put water for engine up, hope you best. So
It's crazy because like that, my Tesla did have a problem, a suspension issue. When I called my insurance company, I was like, I want to take it to so and so and so, and they were like, yeah, so and so and so don't take your vehicle.
Yes.
you got 3 places within 100 miles, so you better make sure that one of those places have availability within the next week or so. And my car was down for 3 months, so just know how long that took.
There we go. That's it. Yeah.
Yes, but cool. All right, y'all. I mean, that's it. That's the end of episode 2. We got through all of our segments today.
That's good. Nice. That's been cool. That's been cool. Yeah.
So yes, anyway, we want to thank y'all for listening to the episode.
Thank you.
First and foremost, we want to follow up something that we spoke about in the last episode. We did get our own Instagram page. It was at Coop Back. So that's COOPBACK.
There we go.
Hit us up with any questions, any requests for what is, try this. If you heard anything that you liked on the episode, let us know.
Any tips and tricks, for us to improve work, though, let us know. We're starting out on this journey, we can make things better and enjoy it, and our work have a good voice and stuff. So just let us know. Yeah.
And then some. So yeah, y'all. At the Real Wize, WIZE. Catch me on the Instagram, the TikToks, the Twitters, the whole nine.
Next episode, you got all the link together, people, to get started. You can connect with us, you can see what's going on with us, but and make sure everything's sorted up for that. Everybody's still working on that. There you go.
So with that being said, y'all, we'll catch you on the next time. Yeah.
Stay cool and meditate.
Summertime's here and we outside, for real. Before I even step out the door, OnStar has the car chilled and ready with remote start. And the whole crew, we locked in with an in-vehicle Wi-Fi hotspot, thanks to OnStar, watching shows, playing music, and catching vibes. And when I'm rolling on the highway, Super Cruise driver assistance tech lets me kick back hands-free. From family cookouts to road trips with the crew, OnStar keeps the good times going, no matter where we're headed. OnStar, better never stops.